Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here today and for your continued support of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And just a quick reminder, if you're interested in subscribing to the channel and you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you'll always be notified when I upload a new reading. So let's get into today's reading. So in today's reading, we're going to be looking at the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards. Pile number 1, you're going to be this beautiful blue turquoise stone here. Pile 2, you're going to be this white and brown crystal here. And pile 3, you're going to be this light blue crystal here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into the reading. Hi, pile 1. So you guys chose the blue turquoise here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have Halloween here with magic. You also have storyteller. You have step out of your comfort zone and try something new. You also have number 38 with clues. You have cancel, clear, delete, and it says use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. And finally, you have number 45 with Letha, and it says, harvest as attention goes to the little things. Today's care is tomorrow's offering. Interesting energy here. So, as I'm looking at your cards here, I'm getting the message from Spirit that there's a need to really tune into your own magic right now. Because I feel like you are capable of transforming your life right now. And maybe stepping out of a time of negative thinking where maybe you were overthinking things or you were thinking worst case scenarios, being in that negative mindset. And I feel like there's a message here from Spirit about tuning into your ability to transform that energy, to alchemize that energy from negative to positive thinking. And, I feel like that's what this cancel, clear, and delete energy is about. And I feel like, the angels really want to help you. So they want you to call on them, pile 1, and ask them to cancel the effects of the past negative thinking and really just focus on the positive. They want to help you, and I feel like they're giving you clues here. We have this angel on the card with clues. So they're trying to give you clues of how to be more positive, how to change your thinking patterns and rewire your mind and your brain into thinking in a positive manner versus a negative manner. And they really want you to step out of your comfort zone and try that. Try looking at things positively. Try thinking of things positively. And really step into that new mindset. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of abundance once you do that, because that's what this card here is talking about, is harvesting the abundance that comes from thinking positively, because your positive words and thoughts will manifest into form. So, as they say, as within, so without, your life will start to transform as well. Positive things will come in, abundance will come in. So it's really about, changing your mindset, pile one. And I feel like, also with the storyteller energy, it's really about what story are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself positive things, or are you telling yourself negative things? And Spirit just really wants you to be mindful of that right now. And like I said, tune into your inner magic here, your inner ability to alchemize that energy. So interesting. So I want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the Two of Pentacles here. And that makes sense, because the Two of Pentacles shows up when we're sort of weighing things, and we're not in a clear mindset. We're sort of juggling our thoughts, maybe going from worry to fear, or we're just kind of in this state of not being balanced. And I feel like that's what Spirit is wanting for you right now, is to really balance out any negative thinking patterns and transform them into the positive here, into the light, into the being in that positive mind frame. So interesting. You also have the Fool energy here, which is beautiful, because it talks about that new beginning, stepping out of your comfort zone and being in that beautiful mindset of feeling carefree and feeling positive and feeling good, and stepping out of your comfort zone and just taking that leap of faith, believing in yourself and your own ability to alchemize that energy. You also have the Page of Wands here, which is also beautiful, because it talks about stepping into our power and going after what we want and being in that positive mindset. We have this woman on the card, and she's just dancing here, and she looks really happy and really positive. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants for you here, is to just be in that carefree, happy, positive energy, and to look at life in a new way. So I love that. You also have the Knight of Cups here. And I feel like this is about you offering yourself that ability to change, and offering yourself that zest and positivity and energy for life, giving yourself the gift of positivity and of abundance and happiness. And this can even be about, self-care, maybe spending more time on yourself and giving to yourself, whether you buy yourself a bouquet of flowers, or you maybe have a spa day, or take a hot bath, whatever it is, but really caring for yourself right now, I feel like will be helpful. So interesting. So I just want to get one last message here for you guys. So Spirit, can we get a final message or guidance for pile one, please? Okay, so you have this card here, and it says, Joker, things are never as they seem. So I want to read the message here from the guidebook for you guys. Okay, so it says, If you fetch this card, you may be experiencing an unplanned interruption, an unexpected situation, or an unwanted circumstance. Perhaps what you think should be happening is not happening at the moment, and for you, there's nothing normal or funny about it. The flow of your life is now interrupted by a prairie dog, Joker, nibbling away at your old sense of reality. The Joker can throw a stick on the path, tripping you up, tangling you in your leash, moving your food bowl, or leaving you feeling as if you're a locked down kennel. And then it says, you can ask questions, reflect, and then talk to someone or journal to get in touch with your assumptions. What assumptions am I making about myself and others when I say, that's just the way I am, or that's just the way they are? What do I really need right now? What do others need right now? And have I asked them instead of making things up or thinking they're someone they're not? Interesting. So yeah, I feel like, Spirit just really wants you to be honest with yourself right now, pile one, and understand that you may be, sort of looking at things in, like I said before, a negative way instead of really, having this carefree Joker energy here, and realizing that you are capable of change, and you are capable of looking at things with awe and with newness and in that positive mind frame. So really interesting message there. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the white and brown crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have life review here with Archangel Jeremiah, and it says, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Beautiful. You also have Virgo here with I Analyze. You have the Alchemist here, and it says empowerment, pain, sorceress. You have number 12 with if you want rainbows, you must allow for the rain. You have Teresa, and it says time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. And finally, you have number 14 with energy signature. And it says, the past is in the present. Beautiful. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile two, that there may be something that needs to be healed here. So there may be some sort of past pain or maybe difficult experience that you went through, and maybe it caused some unbalance, and I feel like there's a need to really look at that, to really review that, and to work on healing that. And, we have that here with the Analyze energy, with the Virgo energy, which is about really going deep and looking into something and sort of digging to find the answers, to heal that. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to focus on yourself right now and focus on your healing, because I feel like this group is maybe has a tendency to people please or care more about others' needs than about their own. So I feel like, Spirit is really asking you to sort of spend this time on yourself, pile 2, and spend this time on healing whatever has caused you to feel your life to feel unbalanced, whether that's past pain, whether that's anxieties, fears, worries, whatever it is here. But really taking a look at that and working to balance and heal that. And I feel like, there's a need here to sort of step into your own empowerment here, your own power, and take control of that pain and really work to alchemize that pain, and turn it into something good here. Because on this card, it says, oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. So yeah, it's really about turning your pain into happiness and success and abundance for yourself, pile 2. And, it's interesting that you have this card here about the rainbows, because, I feel like it's telling you here that in order to experience and appreciate the beauty in life, we have to go through the pain. We have to go through those difficult times to really appreciate the good times. And I feel like that's what this reading is really saying, is that, your pain and your difficulties have helped you. In the end, they've made you stronger, and they've made you wiser, and they've made you appreciate, the good times and the happy things. So there is a reason and a purpose for your pain, pile 2. And, your spirit guides just want you to understand that and then work on healing that. And, it's also interesting that you have the past is in the present. So I feel like for some of you, you may be holding on to this past pain, and it could be, childhood wounds. It could be wounds within past relationships, whatever it is here. But I feel like there is a link to the past for some of you here. So it looks like for many of you, this is a past pain that you may be holding on to. So very interesting energy here. So I want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the Tower here. And the Tower is about, when we experience something difficult, it could be a trauma, it could be just a hardship, it could be a wound, whatever it is here. But it's when things are sort of unexpected, that happen to us, and we're not expecting them, and they cause, ultimately a breakdown of whatever is not working or whatever is not solid in our lives. And, they allow us to rebuild. And I feel like that's what this reading is about, is really rebuilding from that place of pain and from that place of difficulty and hardship to this place of beauty and abundance and happiness, pile 2. You also have the Ace of Swords here, which is about finding that clarity, doing that life review, doing that analysis on whatever is causing the pain or the hurt or the worry for you, really looking at that and looking to heal that, spending that time on yourself, pile 2. You also have the Eight of Swords here, which can be when we're worried, when we're feeling anxious, or we're feeling fear, or we're feeling stuck in our head, not able to find solutions to things, feeling unbalanced. And that's what this reading is talking about, is really looking at that and healing that, and coming out of this place of feeling trapped or feeling hurt here. You also have the Six of Cups, which can talk about, childhood or past relationships. So like I said, for some of you, this could be a childhood wound that you're healing, your inner child. It also could be, a relationship with a person. Maybe it's a partner, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a coworker, Um, so there is, I feel like for some of you here, something from the past that really needs to be looked at and healed here. So interesting. So I just want to get one final message or guidance here for you guys to wrap up this reading. So Spirit, can we get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? So you have this card here, and it says action, seize the day. And this is from the Divine Dog Wisdom cards, which is a beautiful deck. So I just want to read the guidebook here for this card. So it says, seize the day. If you fetched this card today, it means there can be a risk in taking action. Equally, there may be a risk in not taking action. Getting out of your comfort zone requires a new response, an overcoming of inertia. Derived from the Latin word iners, inertia means idle or sluggish. As the saying goes, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll end up in the same place. Likewise, if you keep doing nothing, you'll be in the same place. And then it says, another bone to chew on. Identify a project, relationship, or pursuit that you've been sitting on and staying with for too long. Write it down. Then write a list of actions you can take to move the situation forward in ways that feel good to you. Pick the top 3 you can see doing right away. Begin one. Wow, I love that for you guys. Because, I feel like Spirit is really asking you to take action right now to heal whatever this is, whether it's an inner child wound, whether it's a, past relationship wound, whether it's a worry, a fear, an anxiety, whatever it is here, but really take action to heal that. And, a good way to do that might be to write it down, and write a list of actions that you can take in order to heal that. So I love that for you guys. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose this light blue crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have Serena here, and it says, I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. Beautiful. You also have spiritual evolution here with set your heart free. You have surrender here, and it says, there's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. You also have Polaris here, and it says, do you stand still or follow that which beckons you towards it? You have the shark spirit here with clearer perspective. And you have the butterfly ferrets here, and it says, I am reborn. Wow, I love this energy, pile 3. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 3, that some of you may have been maybe waiting for or hoping for maybe some money to come in, or a new stream of income to come in, or a new job maybe. And Spirit is really asking you to just surrender here and let go of that fear, of that worry, and just let God handle it, or let your higher power handle it. Because I do feel like your higher power is in control of this. and is working right now to give you the money or the job or the resources that you need right now, pile 3. And Spirit just wants you to let go and let God, and really surrender to that idea of not being in control of this, of letting yourself be free of that worry, of that fear, and just setting your heart free here. And being in that state of spiritual evolution where you see things clearly, you see that you don't have control over the situation, that there is a need to surrender here and a need to really believe and trust in your higher power and believe that they are working for your highest good here. And I feel like, this will be an awakening for some of you, and also an ascension. You are evolving spiritually as you come to this realization, and you are being reborn in a sense. So there is this beautiful sort of transformation here that I feel like is possible for you guys. And I feel like your angels are working with you here. They really want to bring this abundance to you. And they just want you to surrender to Spirit, to your higher power, and just let them handle it, pile 3. So I love that. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this message. So you have the 9 of Pentacles here, which is a beautiful energy because the 9 of Pentacles represents abundance. It's when we have worked hard and we're experiencing the fruits of our labors. We're harvesting the fruits of our labors. And, I feel like it's interesting that you have the bird here on this pentacle, because I feel like Spirit is going to be bringing you this abundance here. Like this card said before, God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So just know, pile 3, that abundance is coming to you and will come to you. And I feel like it is a gift from God and a gift from your higher power here. So I love that. You also have the 2 of Wands here, which is about, seeing the opportunities and going after them, really taking advantage of the gifts that we have and the abilities that we have, and using them to create this life of abundance and happiness for ourselves. And, I feel like there's something here that you may be waiting for, like I said, whether it's money, whether it's resources, whether it's a new job. And I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that they have your back and they have control of that here. You also have the 5 of Pentacles, which can be when we're in that state of lack, we're in that state of maybe needing money, needing resources, feeling like we're left out in the cold, feeling like we'll never find that new job, or we'll never make enough money, or we'll never, be what we want to be. And Spirit just wants you to change your mindset here from lack to abundance, and just know that the angels and your higher power is working to bring you that abundance, pile 3. Finally, you have the Magician here, which is beautiful because it talks about your gifts, and I feel like this group is very talented, is very gifted in whatever you do here, whatever your talents and gifts are, and you're capable of manifesting amazing things, pile 3. And Spirit knows that, your higher power knows that, and they just want you to know that they are working behind the scenes to help you here, to manifest your dreams and your wishes. So I love that for you. So I just want to get one last message from this Divine Dog Wisdom card deck for you guys. So Spirit, can we get a final message or guidance for pile 3, please? Okay, so you have this card here, and it says contentment, be satisfied. I love that. So I just want to read the message here from this guidebook for this card. So it says, be satisfied. If you fetched this card, it means that you want to fill yourself up or already feel filled, giving your life content that pleases and satisfies. You may be wanting to dream the good dream while keeping your paws firmly on the ground, sitting in the warmth of the sun. Different from joy and happiness, contentment is a deeper sense of one's place in the world. It's having the insight that, contrary to popular belief, the world is not under constant attack, but rests within the larger cosmic scheme, where order exists within chaos and not apart from it. And it says, another bone to chew on. Get clear about what's most important to you, what has greatest meaning, by reading books and using tools that help you get that clarity and focus. The Passion Test, developed by best-selling author Janet Bray Atwood, is one of those tools that will help you focus on the areas of your life where you do and can derive the greatest satisfaction and contentment in life. Working with a counselor or coach, even if for a brief period, can make all the difference. Or look for a mentor, someone who seems healthy, happy, and perfectly content with his or her own life. Beautiful. So yeah, I feel like this contentment and happiness is coming for you here, pile 3. And Spirit is just asking you to let go and surrender and live your life and just be happy with where you are right now. Be content, be satisfied, and know that your higher power and your angels are working to bring you this contentment and to make your life as abundant as you need and want it to be, pile 3. So beautiful message. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.